evening, everybody, and welcome to the Grace Regato softball field on the Babe Ruth complex for Greater Boston League softball, League Classical. Entertaining Somerville. Somerville's second trip here. They got knocked off by English in a close battle, so looking for a split here in Lynn. Classical looking for their fifth win of the season. They're 4-2. Somerville's 1-4. Michaela Poisson on the mound. And I might mention, I don't know if it's still up, there was a GoFundMe page. Michaela Poisson was one of the family members that was wiped out in that horrible fire on Broadway. And there was also the fire on Chestnut Street and the one up in the Pine Hill area. I believe there were three GoFundMe pages on Facebook. They had a couple of events to raise money. I think one was again, I think one was at Knights of Columbus. So it'd be nice if everybody could look that up on Facebook, and if it's still there, whatever you can donate would be great. It's got to be the worst feeling in the world to wake up in the morning and find out that you're not living at home anymore. It burnt down and everything you had except what you were wearing is gone. So any help you can give to those families would be greatly appreciated. My thoughts and my prayers go out to them and hope that they get through these horrible times as quickly and easily and as painlessly as possible. Grover the pitcher is leading off, and I apologize, I don't have first names for Somerville. Grover the pitcher is leading off, and she quickly fouled the first two pitches off for strike two. She chased that pitch, was way up and out of the strike zone, and Poisson starts the game with a swinging strikeout. Donovan, the center fielder, is the hitter. Somerville's a young team. Coach French, the first thing he said to me is, we're 1-4, but we're a very young team. I didn't see the right arm go up. She started to pull the trigger, held up, and now they go to the base umpire, and the base umpire said, yes, he swung. So it is a strike. Plate umpire didn't call it. In on the hand, she swung right through it. You would think it would be a perfect day here. Blue sky, not a cloud in the sky. Perfect. Big, bright blue sky. Sun is shining brightly. But you can probably hear the breeze on your TV going through the microphone. It's chilly again. It's not as cold as it's been, but still hard to sit and just relax and get comfortable. And most of this spring, April, I've been wearing gloves, keeping score, which I haven't done in years. High and tight, she had her 2 strikes, now she's got to come in with a pitch. I'll put Donovan on. Excuse me, that was ball 4. I thought the base umpire was going in. I think he thought the count was different too. I thought that was 3-2. Yeah, they're bringing her back. It was 3-2. Plate umpire said ball 4. Joe Moran, who's the new head coach, and I mentioned again, new father to Hunter a week or 2 ago. He came out and checked it. Base umpire went to the plate umpire and said 3-2. And that's ball 4. So it worked out the same. Just took another pitch. Hardy, the catcher, is the hitter. in on the hands, and she tips it to the backstop. One to count. That one's in for a strike. High for a ball. It's hard for the players to get loose in this. The pitcher is going all the time, but the infielders, outfielders just standing around waiting for the ball to be hit to them, and it's cold. Safe. Donovan steals second base. Throw was just a little bit high. Shortstop put the tag down, but Donovan was able to slide under it. Strike three called right down the pipe. So two-way now with a runner in scoring position for Adesino, the first baseman. Pitch in on the hands, and she swung right through it. Waves at that one too. They try to pick the runner off at second. She was standing right on the bag when they threw it, and they throw the ball away. It goes into center field. It went off the glove of the second baseman. And Donovan moves over to third. So she's 60 feet away from giving Somerville the lead. That didn't miss by much. That's a tough pitch to take with two strikes just off the inside corner. She swung at the pitch in on her hands before. Hit foul past first base. Low for a ball. Thought about it, held up. Hit to short. F makes the play over to Brinkler. So Somerville gets a walk. The runner makes it as far as third base. But stranded there as Poisson gets two strikeouts along with the ground ball. And Classical will get her a chance to get on the board first. It'll be, and I apologize, even the coaches couldn't tell me how to pronounce the young lady, the shortstop. I'm going to say Navech Et. The shortstop leads off. Michaela Poisson, the pitcher, bats second. Catching and batting third, Izzy Fessler. The center fielder, Manuel Lozado, hits in the cleanup spot. Playing first and batting fifth, Reese Brinkler. The left fielder, Rachel Dana, hits number 6. Batting seventh and playing right field, Gianna Cueto. Emily Tenio, the third baseman, hits number 8. And Amanda Tobin will bring up the rear of the batting order, playing second base and batting ninth. We hope you're enjoying the new season on Channel 15, LETV, the baseball and softball well underway. And again, it's nice we could get back somewhat to normal. We had a hockey, basketball season. We went through the football season. And things are starting to pick up a little bit. Kids are still in school full time. Not having to work on the computers at home, which I don't think helped a lot of them. The ones that were going to do very well in school, that was okay, but the ones that needed help, I don't think the computers helped at all. They needed that assistance in the classroom. So I'm glad that everything's back to normal. I hope it stays that way and we can get back with our families, relatives, friends, and loved ones and enjoy everybody. In for a strike to Et, the shortstop. Two quick strikes. High for a ball. Hit in the air. Long run for the center fielder. Off her glove. It goes behind her. And she's going to keep going all the way to third. So Et will wind up on third with the error. Center fielder got there. It just went off the webbing of the glove right by her. The right fielder had to track it down. Et is all the way to third. And Poisson the pitcher can help herself to a lead if she puts the ball in play. It gets an RBI here. Up and away for a ball. And that's ball four. So first and third for Glasgow with nobody out. Izzy Fessler, the catcher, the hitter. They let the runner go to second. And Poisson's running for herself. Usually they put a runner in. So second and third with nobody out. Glasgow looking on the board first. Here in the bottom of the first. Swings through the pitch. A little out in front of that off-speed pitch. Hit the shot. They make the play at first. McWeary made the play. Over to Adesino. But Fessler will get an RBI. scores on the play. Horshon moves over to third. And Manuela Lozado, the center fielder, is the hitter. Hits it high in the air, out of play, off to the left side. Hit foul. Coach Moran makes the play in the third base coach's box. Hit foul again. Lozado trying to put the ball in play, get that second run in from third, and give Horshon a little bit to work with. And she get out in front of it again, hit it high and deep and foul. Just missed a car that was driving into the area. High for a ball. Nice shot by the catcher, Heidi, to go up and get that one. Stop him from going to the backstop. Hit foul again. Lozado hanging around. She's making Grover throw a lot of pitches. Hit the shot. Close play. I was about to say they called. I thought they called her out, but she stayed at first. But they did call her out. So another nice play by the shortstop, McWeary. So Lozado gets an RBI on the ground out. So the error and the walk hurt. They both score. Reese Brinkler, the first baseman. Finishing up a great career at Classical. She's a multi-sport athlete, great young lady, terrific family. She had the privilege up until this season to play with her sister. And the mother was a Patriots cheerleader. High for a ball. Hit foul off the backstop. So a three-base error, a walk, a stolen base, 2 ground balls to shortstop, and just like that, Classical's leading 2-0. High for a ball. And just for a minute, that little breeze, wind, gust stopped, and it almost felt like spring. Wide for ball 4. So Brinkler becomes the third base runner. This one with 2 outs. Rachel Dana, the left fielder. She's the daughter of Derek, the head coach at St. Mary's baseball. I asked her if she was running the household this week because stolen base for Brinkler. Because Derek is down in Florida baseball and softball teams for St. Mary's matched the trip that the basketball teams take. In fact, St. Mary's boys are playing a doubleheader today. Hit the shot. They kept trying McWary, and she kept throwing people out. She makes 3 plays in the inning. But the 3-base error and the walk to start the inning comes up and hurts Somerville as both of them score. And Poisson has got 2 runs to work with as it's Classical 2, Somerville nothing at the end of 1. 5, 6, and 7 for Somerville. Coco, the third baseman, is the hitter. Poisson now has a couple of runs to work with. She scored 1 herself. Swing and a miss. Hit the second base. Tobin to Brinkler. 1 up, 1 down. As we start the second inning. McWary, who made those 3 plays in the first inning for Somerville, the shortstop, is the hitter. Swings through the first pitch. And I spoke too soon because that breeze is back again. High for a ball. 2-1 the count. Waves at that pitch, the count evens at 2. Inside and tight, the count goes full. I miss, she gets her. 2 up, 2 down in the second. Tejada, she's a designated player. She's hitting for the left fielder Higgins. Chased that high pitch, swung right through it. Right down the pipe. Now that's a tough pitch to take. If you're looking for a good pitch, you're not getting any better than that. Hit slowly to second base. Tobin makes her second play in the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We finished an inning and a half with Classical on top of Somerville. Horshaw's got 3 strikeouts in 2 innings, and it will be the bottom 3 in the order for Classical as we start the 2nd inning. With Classical leading it 2-0 with the 2 unearned runs. Grover deserved a better fate. The fly ball to center field that was dropped. If it's caught, Classical doesn't score. It's true that the walk hurt, but even with the walk, they would not have scored if the play is made. So errors always come back to haunt, especially pitchers. Gianna Kyoto, Emily Tenio, Amanda Tobin. The hitters for Classical here in the 2nd inning. Whole different setup for English and Classical. I believe it was last year, the first year going to. I think this is the 2nd year. I'm getting old, I can't remember. But now, instead of traveling to Salem, Peabody, Marblehead, Saugus, you have to go to Chelsea, Everett, Somerville, Medford, Malden. In for a strike. Kyoto is the right fielder. And I'm going to have to try and learn how to pronounce that name because 2 coaches gave me 2 different versions. I was saying Coito, and the head coach said Guido. On the inside corner for a strike. Hit the second base. French, I'm assuming she's the coach's daughter, smoothly makes the play. Play goes 4-3 for the first out. Emily Tenio, the third baseman, will be the hitter. Hits it way up in the air. The catcher came out front, had it, and dropped it. It's a better play for the pitcher going to the ball than the catcher. But she gave way to the catcher and dropped the ball. So that's the 2nd error for Somerville. The last error cost them a run. Amanda Tobin is the hitter. She fakes the bunt. They steal second base. The fake bunt is to distract the catcher and try to bother her and help the runner along. Popped up just not high enough for anybody to go get it in the direction of the Somerville dugout. Yeah, it didn't miss by much. Top of the order, the shortstop on deck. High again for a ball. Right down the middle for strike three. First strikeout for Grover. It brings up the shortstop who reached third on a three-base shot with a fly ball dropped in the outfield. Hit foul. And for all you young people at home, baseball or softball, you got to do exactly what Et did in the first inning. She hit that fly ball. Would have been very easy to jog to first base. The fly ball, I'm going to be out. She ran full tilt down the line so that when it was dropped, she was able to go to third base. Great hustle. She could have been at first base with the error. Instead, she wound up at third. High for a ball. You see him down and in. And it's ball four. So Red's walk extends the second inning. Michaela Poisson, the pitcher, with a chance to help herself again. First and second, 2 outs. She walked and scored in the first inning. That one goes off the backstop. The wild pitch moves the runners up. So now it's second and third. Yeah, a little confab as the catcher Hardy comes out to talk to her pitcher Grover. Pascal looking for a little 2-out lightning here. An out, an error, a strikeout, and then a walk extended the inning. The wild pitch moves the runners up. And again, Poisson, the pitcher, can help herself. She's already leading 2-0. She scored one of the runs. Now she's got a chance to get an RBI or two if she could get a base hit here. Or find some way to get on. High for a ball. In for a strike. Missing for a ball. Izzy Fessler on deck, hoping she gets a shot. And it's ball four. So after the strikeout for the second out, back-to-back walks have loaded the bases. Fessler grounded out the shot, getting an RBI, knocking the runner in from third to give Classical the 1-0 lead. And Rolla Lozado on deck. In for a strike. Hit in the left center field for a base hit. That's going to be 2 runs. Actually, it's going to be 3 runs. Poisson scored all the way from first base. With 2 outs, she was running. Fessler gets a double, knocks in 3 runs. All of this with 2 outs. So 3 runs, they got the 1 base hit. The back-to-back walks really hurt. Fessler found the spot in left center. Bourgeon flying around the bases, scored all the way from first. Off and running with the hit with 2 outs. Again, good base running. Hit high and deep. Go on. Lozado hit it out of the park for a home run, the first one this year. She got all of that one. She hit that high and deep over the left field fence by quite a bit. Five runs in for Classical, all after 2 outs. You wonder why coaches get gray hair. Reese Binkler, who drew a walk, up for the second time. She's the 8th hitter in the inning. That one bounces in. So an out, an error, an out. Then back-to-back walks and then extra base hits. Fessler, a 2-run double. Lozado, a 2-run cannon shot over the fence in left center field. Hit foul out of play. So even with the error and the stolen base, the strikeout looked like, well, 2 outs, they can get out of this. She's given up 4 walks in the game. 3 of them have scored. Somerville's made 2 errors. Both of them scored. And Brickler draws another walk. Fifth walk, and that brings Coach French out to talk to pitcher Grover. And Rachel Dana will be the 9th hitter in the inning. She's been up once, grounded out short to first. Two fairly easy plays. A pop up out in front of the plate. If they let the pitcher take it, Grover probably catches it. They gave way to the catcher and she dropped it. And then a fly ball into right center field in leading off the first inning. Went off the webbing and the glove, off the glove of the center fielder, and wound up 3 bases, and Et scored the first run. So 2 easy plays. Could have got Somerville out of all of this trouble. It could have been a 1-2-3 inning. Down and away, 2-0. In for a base hit. Brinkler's going to go on to third. With 2 outs, she was off and running. Dana drops it in front of the center fielder. And now she steals second base. Well, nobody covered second. As long as nobody's going to cover second, I'll take off and go to second. So now it's second and third with 2 outs. And Gianna Cuito, who started the inning, the right fielder, she bounced out second and first. She's up for the second time in the inning. Hit foul off the backstop. Down and in for a ball. In for a strike. Waved at that pitch. It was down and in. So Classical was finally out. They get 5 in the inning. The big hit, the 2-run home run by Manuela Lozado, crushed that ball over the fence. They only got 2 base hits. The 2 walks in the error also came to score. The big double by Fessler. And Porcelana's got a lot of runs to work with. It's now Classical 7, Somerville nothing at the end of 2. 8-9-1 for Somerville as we start the 3rd inning. French, the second baseman, the coach's daughter, is the hitter. Porcelana's got a few more runs to work with. And she now has a 7-run cushion going into the 3rd inning. Nice play by Fessler. That's a very nice defensive play. She laid a perfect bunt down right in front of the plate. The pitcher couldn't get to it, but the catcher did. Fessler with an excellent defensive play. Throws French out. Fessler to Brinkler for the first out. Benevento, the right fielder, is the hitter. And Classical squeezes in thinking she's going to slap. Which is the difference between bunting and slapping. Run up, slap it, get an extra step. Like that. Run up toward the pitcher. And if you get it down, being left-handed, you get an extra step down the line. Defense has to be sharp to make the play. And here's that little tap foul towards third base. And of course, if you get 2 strikes, you can still slap, because if you slap it foul, as opposed to bunting a foul, it's not a 3rd strike. And slaps it again, foul. Although the way she's slapping it now, it's more like a bunt than a slap. Because she's shortening up and pushing it. She's not just slapping at it like, almost like a tennis shot. High for a ball. Call third strike. Fourth for Bushline. She had 2 in the first, 1 in the second. Keeps her string alive with 1 in the third. Grover, the pitcher, struck out swinging, leading off the game. Nice try by Lozado. She trapped it. She short hopped it, almost made the catch. Grover's got a base hit. First hit for Somerville comes with 2 outs in the third. Their second base runner. Donovan, the center fielder, was the other base runner. She walked, stole second, and went to third on an error when they tried to pick her off at second base. They went off the second baseman's glove in the center field. Swing and a miss. Lozado with a great effort. She didn't miss it by much. She trapped it. She got there, short hopped it. But there was no question she short hopped it and came awful close to making a great play. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Donovan, going back to the English game, Donovan is the backup pitcher for Somerville. She came in relief that game. She's the center fielder. Hit in the air, foul over the backstop, out of play. Swing and a miss. So her second inning, getting 2 strikeouts. She gives up her first hit, but another fairly easy inning. 5 strikeouts in 3 innings for Poisson. And for Classical, we just batted around in the second inning. It will be 8, 9, and 1 in the bottom of the third. Grover deserved a better fate. It could be, realistically, it could be 0-0. The error in the first inning, they would have got out of the inning without the error, with no run scored. In the second inning, would have been a 1-2-3. She got a ground out. The error would have been the second out if the pop-up was caught, and then the strikeout would have been the third. It would have been a 1-2-3 inning. She did give up the 2 walks after that, which hurt her, then the double and the home run. But those hitters wouldn't have batted in the second inning if the play was made and the error was not. So Grover deserves a better fate. Emily Tadeo, she was the one that popped it up in front of the plate, and the pitcher was going to get it. The catcher called it off, and the catcher dropped the ball. She reached on the error and scored the first of 5 runs in the inning. So she's 0 for 1, but she scored a run. She'll be followed by Amanda Tobin, and then at the shortstop, back to the top of the order. In for a strike. Squared the bunt again, took the pitch high. Foul tipped it to the backstop. High for a ball. Hit to left field. It's going to bounce, and it goes by the left fielder. Tonio gets the base hit, and it's another error in the outfield. Went to the line to field it, and it just bounced and went right through the wickets. So Tonio winds up at second base for Amanda Tobin, the second baseman who was called on strikes at one trip. High for a ball. Up and away for a ball. High and tight. And that's a major league wild pitch for ball four. So first and third with nobody out at the shortstop. She reached third on a three-base error and scored, walked and scored. So she's 0 for 1, but she scored twice. Waves at the pitch. Haskell goes down to second again with an easy stolen base. So second and third. High for a ball. Glover walked 2 in the first. She walked 3 in the third. 2 of them came after 2 outs and both scored. Now she's walked another one. 6 walks in 2 innings because there's no outs in this inning. Hit foul past third base. She tried to short hop it and couldn't get it. She hustles all the way into second base. She winds up with a double. 2-run score. That was betwixt and between. She took a step to shortstop to try and catch it in the air, and it just short hopped her. And it's only one RBI. The runner stayed at third base. Boyson has been up twice, walked twice, scored twice. So she's 0 for 2 with 2 runs scored. inside out swing, punched it off the backstone. So it was 8-0, not 9-0. I thought both runs scored when the ball went in the outfield, but obviously the runner at second had a hold to see if the ball would be caught. Only got to third base. Hit into left field for a base hit. Now 2 runs are going to score. So Poisson having herself a day. She's on for the 3rd time. She gets 2 RBI. Glasgow's reached double digits here in the 3rd inning. High for a ball. And automatic. Go to second. So once again, walks hurts. 4 of the 6 walks that Grover has given up have scored. And they haven't helped behind them, making 3 errors. And there were 3 big errors, or actually 2 big errors. Poisson steals 3rd. Glasgow running all over the place. Another walk. Fessler draws a walk, and here's Manuela Lozado. She grounded a shot for an RBI and brought the house down when she hit a high, towering blast over the left center fielder's head and over the fence for a 2-run home run. She's got 3 RBI, and she scored a run. Now she hits it just inside the 3rd base line. She's going to go in with a double. Still nobody out. 4 runs in. Reese Brinkler has walked twice. High for a ball. I know Donovan in center field can pitch. I'm not sure why they're leaving Grover out there this long. Some of it is her fault. A lot of it is her fielding behind her. And it's got to be tough on the young lady. Missing again. In for a strike. Again, 6 walks, and 4 of them have scored. And that's ball 4. Brinkler draws her 3rd walk. She walked 2 in the 1st. Now the center fielder Donovan is going to come in and pitch. I'm not sure why they waited that long. I don't think they did a real service to Grover to leave her out there that long. The right fielder's going to center field. First baseman's going to right field. I'm waiting to see where Grover goes. We're ready to go. Donovan, the pitcher, her first pitch. This is high for a ball. There was a little discussion. There's a bunch of, I believe, the classical students, athletes, baseball at practice here, might be baseball players. They're out in center field, and McWeary, the shortstop, will make a play on Dana. 6-3, her fourth play. Dana will get an RBI. Second time she's grounded out. That's the first out. I don't know if they were, going after the yelling things, and they shouldn't be yelling. Coach Joe Moran went out and said something to the players. The base umpire came out and spoke to the outfielders for Somerville. I didn't hear anything out here. They're down to my right, down a ways. I don't know if or what they were saying. If anything. Classical's batting around for the second straight inning. Kyoto, the right fielder, is the hitter. She grounded out second to first, struck out swinging, and that was both times in the second inning when they batted 10 players. Hit in a right field for a base hit. She gets an RBI. They hold Brinkler at third. Still only one out. Emily Tennille, who led off the inning with a base hit and scored, is supposed to be the hitter. I don't know if they're having a pinch hitter. I believe it's a pinch hitter, but I'm not aware of who it is because we're way out in the outfield and you can't really see their numbers until they turn around. Swing and a miss. Tennille was the supposed hitter. She had a base hit, reached on an error, and scored 2 runs. The first 6 hitters in this inning have scored. Little almost looked like slow pitch. Stayed high. So I don't think this is Tennille. I think it's a pinch hitter, and it's going to be a walk. And I think we have another pinch hitter here. Well, this is Newell. Umpire straightening out his score sheet. Getting the information from Coach Moran. Haskell has a baker's dozen, 13 runs. Hit foul. Meager was the pinch hitter. She's at first base with that walk. In for a strike. That one bounced in. Hit foul off the foot of the hitter. In for strike three. Good pitch. Second out of the inning. Back to the top of the order at the shortstop. She has reached on her and scored, walked and scored, doubled in a run and scored. She's accounted for 4. In for a strike. Donovan was the center fielder. He's on the mound. He's trying to stop the bleeding here in the third inning. Classical is just teeing off. I stopped by the catcher Heidi, keeping in front of her. In for a strike. The strike zone's got to get a little bit bigger now with the large lead that Classical has. Again, almost slow pitch. Floated up there and stayed high. It is the 12th hitter in the inning. And that's strike 3. So the inning is finally over. Classical gets 6 runs. They've got a Baker's 13 runs, leading Somerville 13-0 going into the 4th inning. Three, 4, 5 for Somerville. As we start the 4th inning. Swing and a miss. High for a ball. Hit back to the pitcher. Nice play. They throw Hardy out. Poisson is no longer with us. Rachel Dana is the new pitcher. Two nice plays by Dana for 2 outs. So Mills, the left fielder, will hit in Poisson's spot. Hit foul by Coco, who's grounded out second and first. So Poisson went 3, gave up 1 base hit, walked 1. Those are the only 2 that reached, struck out 5. And Dana is coming on. Nice pitch, good changeup. It just stayed inside. That's a good pitch if you get it over the plate. Hit foul. Hit to second base. Second baseman Newell makes the play. So 1-2-3 inning for Dana. And Somerville, with the mercy rule hanging in the balance, is down to the last 3 outs as they're out in the 4th inning. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for Glasgow. And Dunn will start an inning for the first time. So Somerville's going to drop to 1-5. Glasgow's going to pick up their 5th win, go to 5-2. Hey, both the boys and the girls having a good year, 5-2. Boys at 6-1. John Warren's doing a nice job in his first year. Mike Zukowski for the boys. He's got a young team too. He's only got, in the starting lineup, he only has two seniors. And a lot of the pitching staff for classical baseball is back next year too. I believe this is Mills who will leading off. She went in to play left field, but the left fielder went to the mound, so Mills will hit in Poisson's spot. In for a strike. High for a ball. Waves at that pitch. Line shot into left field for a base hit. So Mills gets a base hit. They hit it. This is Issy Fessler. She grounded out for an RBI, doubled into and scored, walked and scored. Hits it foul again. Line shot past third base down in the corner. They'll hold the runner at third. Fessler's got another double. This is Wilson, I believe. Good multi-sport athlete. Soccer, basketball. I believe it's Lauren, if I remember correctly. Didn't give first names for the backups. And it's awful hard to try and figure out who's in the game and who's not in the game and who's hitting and who's pinch hitting and who's batting in what place. Hit foul. Waves at the pitch. Way up in the air with that pitch. High and tight for a ball. This will be Classical's last at bat. He called it strike three. For the first out. Popped up. It's going to drop for a base hit. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. Waves at that pitch was down the third. She can't run. There's a runner at first base. Two-way. Hit slowly to third. They can't make the play. They make the play at third for the force out. Or they tagged her because it wasn't a force out. So Glasgow gets two more. They put 15 on the board. And now this will be, they're 3 outs away from their 5th win as we'll move into the top of the 5th inning with Glasgow 3 outs away from a Mercy Rule win. McWeary, the shortstop, she's played well. She's made a few plays in the infield. Waves at the first pitch. Rachel Dana starting her 2nd inning of work, coming to relief of Poisson, who went the first 3. Pop, foul. Didn't miss by much. Somerville has 1 base hit. Grover, who was the starting pitcher, got a base hit with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Donovan drew a 1-out walk in the 1st, and those are the only 2 base runners for Somerville. Down and in for a ball. Tejada, the designated player, grounded out 2nd to 1st. Well, she plays basketball. She's a big girl. She's got to be close to 6 feet. Down and in for ball 2. Hit foul out of play. Up and away for ball 4. Only the 3rd base runner for Somerville. French, the 2nd baseman, will be the hitter. Hit foul. Glasgow's just got a lot of walks. 7 walks, 3 of them scored. 3 errors, 2 of them scored. And that was in the first 2 innings. Hit in the air, dropping in for a base hit. Runner goes to second. She had to wait to see if the ball would be caught. So 2 on with 1 out for Somerville. Benevento was the right fielder. She's now the center fielder. I don't know what kind of change they could use the designated player, I suppose. They're only playing 10 players. Benevento was the number 9 hitter. In for a strike. Hit in the right field for a base hit. All of a sudden, Somerville swinging the bat. They only had 2 base runners. They're hitting a walk coming into this inning. Now they got a walk and 2 hits. And they've loaded the bases. Grover, who's now the right fielder, was the starting pitcher. She had the only hit in the game coming into this inning. She struck out and singled in the 3rd. Hit foul to the backstop. Wide for a ball. Hit the second base. They drop it at first. The run scores. Bases are still loaded. For Dunham, who's now the pitcher, she's walked and struck out. So a walk, 2 hits, and an error get Somerville on the board. Swing and a miss. Pop up that infield fly anyway, but they make the play at second base. So Somerville's down to their last out. Hit off the shortstop. Another error is going to bring another run in. Well, the base is still loaded. with 2 outs. Adesino, the first baseman, fouls it off. Hit foul off to the right side. I think that got a car over there. Popped up. Shortstop makes the play, and that'll do it. So Classical gets the mercy run win. Somerville gets 2 hits, 2 errors, gets him, and a walk, gets him their 2 runs in the 5th inning. Classical got 200 in the first, 500 in the second, 6. They put the bat on the ball in the 3rd, and they got 2 more in the 4th to make it 15. And they win it 15-2 for Classical at the shortstop. Reached on error, walked, doubled, knocked in a run, scored 3 times. Poisson, the starting pitcher, had 2 walks and a 2 RBI single, scored 3 times. Mills hitting for her, got a base hit and scored a run. Fessler had an RBI ground out, doubled in, 3 runs. Walked and scored, doubled and scored. She scored 3 times, knocking in 3. Lozado grounded out for an RBI, got the hit of the game, a 2-run home run over the left field fence. Also got a double and scored a run. Reese Sprinkler had 3 walks, and Sister Ed, batting, pinch hitting for Brinkler, got a base hit and knocked in a run. Rachel Dana had a base hit, ground out for an RBI. Gina Kyoto had an RBI single. Tenio reached on error, got a base hit, scored twice. Amanda Tobin drew a walk, scored a run. Everybody getting involved for the Lady Rams as they put 15 on the board. Poisson gave up a hit and threw 3 innings, struck out 5. She'll get the win. Dana in relief finishes it up. Classical wins it 15-2. Classical will go to 5-2. Somerville will drop to 1-5. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.